All right, well, good morning or good afternoon, rather, and welcome to the end of week market review for Friday, September 21st, 2012. My name is Jason Waugh, one of the trainers and success coaches with Ideal Trading Lifestyle. I'm going to be walking us through today's presentation. So, our agenda is basically to go through and cover everything that we've done in our end of day market reviews, with the exception of adding in some weekly analysis. We'll review some picks if there's anything that showed up on our watch list, and then answer any questions that customers might have. So, with that said, the markets did end up relatively flat today. They've actually spent the last couple of days or even week pretty flat. We've had a couple of things that have been going on which have caused the uncertainty. First off, we've seen oil take some large declines, and we've seen some of our Federal Reserve numbers falling a little bit over the economy. Though, if you look at the housing data, you can see some increase there. And then, even if you take a look at Apple and its influence in the market, they've been having a phenomenal last couple of weeks, and they've been helping to push the NASDAQ up. So, all in all, we've got some good and bad. And as a result, we've finished Friday here quite flat. Now, the Dow Jones is down 0.13%, with the S&P 500 down 0.01%. Oil has risen today. It is up 0.09%, putting it at $91.94 per barrel. Now, obviously, if you take a look at the gain, 0.09%, and compare it to some of the losses that we've had, which have been 2 to 3%, we've taken some big steps down and some tiny steps up. Gold is continuing its slow and steady climb. It is up 0.32%, putting it at $1,775.90 per ounce. Right now, we're looking at the S&P 500, and we can see that it is looking to find some support at 1455. Now, the MACD is declining bullish, with the black line over top of the blue line. But it's important to note that if we have another flat day or a down day, we could expect to see the black line cross down below the blue line, which would be a sign of weakness. Now, this certainly has done it a few times, but without any real concern, because it always seems to work itself back up again. Obviously, the S&P 500 is continuing to trade into some uncharted territory, which we are about to see on our weekly chart right here. Taking a look at the weekly chart, we can see that we've had a bit of a dip this week compared to what we've seen last week. But all in all, the S&P 500 is still treading upwards with a consistent amount of growth. We've seen this type of trading going on since basically the beginning of 2009. So with that said, we are expecting a pullback. That pullback could happen at any time. We might actually be in the midst of that pullback now. If we do see a pullback, we would expect that the pullback would not dip down below 1300. All things said, pullbacks could be small, they could be large. As you can see, since 2009, we've had some big ones. We've also had some little ones. But we really don't need to be concerned at all with that pullback. It's just the way the markets move. And we just need to be able to embrace it and acknowledge that when these pullbacks happen, it means that we're going to be trading a little bit lighter. But more importantly, it means that when the markets do start to recover and work themselves back up again, we know that we'll have some clear resistance levels, clear profit targets, where we can go in and seek our profit taking. Now we're looking at the TSX. You can see that it's not looking nearly as good as the S&P 500 has been. It's going to be looking to find some support at 12,380. That's going to be a previous cycle high here. Now the black line has crossed down below the blue line on the MACD. So we've got a declining bullish MACD with the black line below the blue line. Taking a look at its weekly chart, we can see that we've started our trend up. But if you look at the cycle highs, they are still trending down, with the cycle lows also trending down. So although we've had a pretty good run since the beginning of March or April, the gains have not been very consistent since 2011. In fact, we've been in a downtrend since 2011. All right, looking at the volatility indicator, we can see that the volatility indicator is currently at 14.00. With the indicator the way it is, we are comfortable with the level of volatility. We don't need to be concerned with that, but we do need to keep into account the fact that the markets themselves are overbought and looking like they're getting ready for a pullback. So we have been posting our market sentiment as a caution and with a declining bullish MACD. With those things, we certainly should make sure that we're using minimized positions in the marketplace, even though the volatility indicator doesn't look that bad. All right. Right now, we are offering a promotion. It's actually a really good promotion where we're taking advantage of the advanced and the options course. Normally, you'd be paying $25.95 for each one. Right now, you can take advantage of them for $24.95 in total. So there's some substantial savings to be had there. If you have any questions about what these courses are involved in, what they can do for you, definitely make sure that you contact us so we can sit down on the phone and really just discuss the benefits of the advanced or the options course. There's some tremendous disciplines that you'll be learning within those. This offer is only going on, though, until the end of October. All right. As far as our community news goes, for anybody who's had a chance to take a look at our end of week market review live, these are presented live, but they are also recorded. So if you're on the phone with us right now, obviously you're aware of these. If not, they are going to be posted in the MWA resources, where you'll be able to watch those about 45 minutes or an hour after the presentation. Saturday mornings, we have our continuous learning webinar. It's just an opportunity for us to revisit the disciplines and also expand on some disciplines for our basic and our advanced customers. Those will be Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. For our ITL customers, every week, Wednesday, you'll be able to plug yourselves into our weekly spotlight review, where you'll get a chance to see how our picks have done throughout the week and why we've been deciding to do what we've done. We have taken a very conservative approach over the last week, and that's proven to be a wise decision, because although we've had a couple of good days, we've had quite a few flat and down days. Otherwise, our options customers will be able to plug themselves into the next monthly refresher. The next one will be October 11th. And then for our boot camp sessions, the next one that we have scheduled is October 4th in Saskatoon. If you haven't had a chance to register for that, we would encourage you to do so under the community news in your application. If you can't attend live, you will be able to attend via webinar as well. So we really have opened it up for everybody, depending on or regardless of where your geographic location is. And we've also got some trade shows coming up. The first trade show will be in Winnipeg. It'll be September 28th and 29th. If you have an opportunity to swing by and say hi, we would love to see you guys. We'd love to just be able to put a face next to the names that we're constantly seeing and working with online. And finally, if anybody has any further questions or they would like to discuss the promotions that we have going on right now, let us know by emailing us to training@idealtradinglifestyle.com. You can also contact us toll free at 1-888-942-0266. Just make sure that you're dialing extension number 5. And as always, people in the training session, just like myself, may have interest in some of the stocks that we've been reviewing and that we are looking at. But Ideal Trading Lifestyle is not making any formal recommendations for you to be either buying or selling the stocks unless you have done your full analysis and you've gone through and followed the disciplines, the ultimate trading decision is ultimately yours. So with that said, we would like to thank you for attending today's presentation, Friday, September 21st, 2012. Have a great rest of your day. Ciao for now.